but I want to talk about the first time I saw Bitcoin go from $90 to $1,000 today, and why I think generally any time is a good time to be investing in Bitcoin. We got to make a little trip today, so we're going to bring you on the road with us. Pineapple avocado smoothie. If you've never tried one, pineapple and avocado is by far like my favorite jungle smoothie. It looks to me like the governments are going to try to create economic crisis that forces everyone into a central bank digital currency, and show you a few articles and a few different charts that I believe will help highlight this point. So let's go for a drive. Okay, bros. You all ready for your food before we go here? Everything. Yes. Gas station really quick. It's approximately $1.12 per liter. So I get 650 kilometers per tank effectively. It's pretty amazing. And they do everything here for you. Pump all the gas.
The goal is to get the work to a point that when you see it, you know it couldn't have been arranged any other way.
So we finally made it to the city, and I wanted to, okay, hopefully that's better. Okay, so Evergrande bankruptcy sparks bank run in China. I'm just going to read a few pieces of this, and I want to highlight something. It says, one of the heavily indebted Chinese property developers, Evergrande's local lenders displayed a weak cash wall of renminbi notes at its office after depositors queued up to withdraw their deposits in what could be the front edge of a bank run crisis in China. Hundreds of people have queued up at the Bank of Shangzhou's head office in Huaibei province to get their deposits out of the bank since October 7th, according to photos on social media. This mini run came after NetZen circulated a post that claims that dozens of Chinese banks would need to write off their loans if Evergrande went bankrupt. So, as I talked about on the drive here, in early 2011, the Cypriot banking collapse was one of the sparks that ran Bitcoin from $90 up to $1,000. That was the first time I really realized that your money might not be safe with banks. Bitcoin's ability to provide you this decentralized ownership through technology is extraordinarily important. We've talked about this many times, but a generator is only valuable when you run out of electricity. So say you buy a generator in the summertime when everything's going smoothly, nobody really cares, but when a harsh winter storm shows up, all of a sudden everybody wants a generator. The value of that generator spikes when everybody wants one, because then there's no more generators. If you bought all the generators in the summer and there's no more generators left in the winter, you can control the market of generators effectively within your area, and you could charge people whatever you wanted to provide them electricity for that period of time. Now, the electric companies are pretty decent at getting back up and running. The Cyprus banking collapse never really came back. The Greece collapse never really came back. China is likely just to print more money to give it to their citizens to queue and break down this bank run. But the problem is all these governments are going to go through a massive inflationary process right now. The United States is entering multiple wars. The war in Ukraine and a war in Israel, and then who knows how much further that war will go. This is on purpose, I think, by the way, too. They're going to try to economically exhaust the powerhouse that is known as the United States. The people that we're at war with right now, they're much smarter than the average bear, it appears. The game that they're playing is the long game. They want control and power. It's not really about money. So they need these warring factions to go up against one another, and they want you to pick a side so that you can knowingly basically spend your money on bombs. I'm not sure if most people know this, but every time you send money to Ukraine, if you're United States or if you're in one of these Five Eye countries who have been doing so, that's your fucking money they're sending. That's your tax dollars. If you're not paying it today, you will pay it again in the future. You're going to pay for it in inflation. You're going to pay for it in higher taxes. You're going to pay for it in just the degradation of your currency all around and the lack of trust of your fucking government. So where does this lead us? You know, I was a big gold fan in 2009 and in 2010. And I had friends trying to tell me about Bitcoin really early on. And I was like, no, gold is thousands of years old, blah, 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 blah. One of the things I didn't recognize yet then was what technology was going to be. The fact that I can use this camera, this is actually decentralization. It's deflation. Now, YouTube isn't inherently decentralized, but the fact that I can produce videos and reach an audience of any kind is actually a decentralized function. I couldn't afford to upload gigabyte videos and pay for all that data. It would cost a ton more than what YouTube effectively charges me, which is nothing. I'm actually going to have to turn on ads, so excuse me if you see ads on this one for the first time. It's because I want to see if YouTube's algorithm has been hurting us because we haven't been running ads for almost 3 years. Maybe that's true. Maybe they're thinking, hey, this guy isn't making us any money, so we're just not going to push his stuff. So I apologize if there's ads on this. They have to pay for this data space somehow. I don't pay for it, so either you pay for the premium subscription on YouTube, which is I do, and then you get no ads, or you just watch the 5 seconds of ads because it pays for the free hosting of these videos. Anyways, we're gonna try it out, so I apologize for that little bit of an inconvenience. And just a little bit of a side note, it's also very deflationary. The fact that I can have a 4K camera with high definition sound record me, and I can produce this video and I can edit it on a little computer because computers are so powerful nowadays, and upload it and have it uploaded because internet's so fast in less than 30 minutes. These are both deflationary and decentralized versions of technology. And I did not yet see that wave in 2008 and 9 because I didn't know what it was. But as we go further and further into it, it becomes clearer and clearer that we are going to be running into massive deflationary headwinds. If you haven't been playing around with the AI technology, you don't know how much it used to cost to produce something like a photo that has a psychedelic bear holding a sign that says Arcane Bear. Now it costs pennies. Used to cost thousands of dollars, now it costs pennies. That's deflation. Anytime technology can take something that you're normally doing as an entrepreneur, as a business, or just a general creative artist, and it reduces the cost of your ability to enter that sphere and do so, it opens the playing field to more people. There are recording artists recording at home in Zambia making hundreds of thousands of dollars now because you can buy a microphone and a computer and record and make beats. But in the early 2000s, you couldn't. You needed to go to a nice studio, you needed to have millions of dollars of gear, and you needed to have a record label behind you and someone to support your tours. But now, if you can make a TikTok video, you can reach millions and millions of people. This changes the game for everything. Bank runs are going to come. They're going to consistently move forward. The government's going to print money to take over to make sure that the depositors are held. The dollars will weaken and the trust in the government will erode. And at one point, we will hit a breaking point, and they're going to force everybody into a central bank digital currency. And Bitcoin then will be the most valuable, hold on, let me say this again. Bitcoin's perceived value then will be the most that it has ever been, because people will for the first time recognize globally in these Five Eye countries how important it is to have control over your own money. If the government can just shut your bank account off because you liked the wrong post on X or because you posted the wrong video on YouTube, that's a very dangerous game. But if you can circumvent that with technology and take all that power away from them, that is fucking priceless. Anyways, Tia with the Arcane Bear, thanks for joining us on this little trip today. I hope you guys enjoyed the ride. We'll see you on the next one. And please, sorry again, I just want to apologize for the ads again, because we have to see if we get more distribution, because YouTube's making money then off of these, because I've had no ads running for the last 3 years. So thank you. I'm in a financial position to not make money from YouTube, but if we're getting less views because of it, it makes it difficult to weigh that balance. So bear with me, watch the ads if you can, watch, I don't know, whatever it is. or just pay for YouTube. It's like 14 bucks a month. They got great music. I mean, I don't really like YouTube, but fuck, it's awesome. This is awesome. I appreciate y'all. See you again soon.